Big sheep. Oh, really? Notification? Put you on airplane mode. Big sheep. Oh, you know that they always be hating. I smack your nonsense down. Jesse Ewing, you ain't nothing but a hater. I smack your nonsense down. Come with the long argument. Intelligent, yes, you are lacking. I'm going to destroy everything you say, cause I haven't done one of these videos in a while. Con calma, you know, big night is nummy, I'm a blayam. I lick your boom boom down. Alright, here's one of these haters from Facebook. Delete this screenshot after I'm done. Jesse Ewing says, John Felix, dude, you're a professional sovereign citizen. First of all, I'm not a sovereign citizen at all. I have a driver's license, I have a birth certificate, I have car insurance, life insurance, license plates. I get all those things under threat because I don't want guys with guns bothering me. So, first of all, if that's what you're referring to. Secondly, I obey the laws and know them better than most police officers. So I'm not a sovereign citizen at all, and I'm definitely not a professional sovereign citizen who gets paid to be a sovereign citizen. I didn't know there was a such thing. They should get paid because they're always at risk of violence from police. Anyway, it's cool that you know the laws, and I encourage people to do their homework. I could tell. Everything you just did in that video is textbook sovereign citizen. Everything I did in that vehicle. So, again, I'm traveling in my car going 54 into 50. I get stopped by a guy, comes over his loudspeaker, and tells me to go to the next intersection. As I'm driving up to the next intersection, he's sounding some alarm on his car, and I don't know, just follow me real close. Pull over the next intersection, go behind the building, and then he says that there was a bunch of driveways or fields I could have pulled into. To me, an intersection is where two roads intersect. Where was I? Everything I did was textbook sovereign citizen. So what did I do? FS 322.15. I don't have to roll down my window at all. That's the actual law. It has nothing to do with being a sovereign citizen. Again, what you're doing, Jesse Ewing, with your brainwashed self is you're taking Wikipedia's definition of a sovereign citizen, which was provided by the Southern Poverty Law Center, which is a garbage institution, okay, and has people like you, instead of you reading Webster's dictionary. If you actually read Webster's dictionary's definition of a sovereign, it would be very clear that police and judges and politicians are sovereigns because they get to investigate themselves. They're sovereign from the rest of us. Stop using Wikipedia, start using Webster's. Look up the word sovereign. Let's see here. The reason backup is called when dealing with people like yourself. So when dealing with peaceful, law-abiding people like myself, right? Because I didn't do anything but be peaceful. I was actually working, headed to buy a couple coins because I had a couple orders before this guy with a gun stopped me and stole my money. So again, people like me, people who pay taxes, people who work, people who are out on the road working and not bothering anybody or victimizing anybody or causing any damage to anybody. People like me. Is because sovereign citizens always escalate the situation. Yes, police always escalate the situation. They're the ones who investigate themselves. Therefore, they're sovereign from the rest of us. There's different rules for them. They're sovereign from the laws we have to follow. Jesse, I hope you're understanding this so far. Because your whole tirade already is looking stupid because you don't know what a definition of sovereign means. Can I even pause this? Where's the little blinky thing? Well, I don't see the blinky thing. Anyway. Sovereign citizens always escalate the situation. Yes, police always escalate the situation. Under the law, FS 322.15, I can have the window rolled all the way up, display my license, insurance, and registration through the window. He could do his waitress duties for the DMV and leave my bill underneath the windshield wiper. That's the law. That's all that's required. Anything other than that is an escalation. I didn't escalate anything. He was making unlawful demands that I roll down the window when I already showed him the courtesy of rolling it down enough to communicate with him. I don't have to communicate with him. I don't have to roll down the window. Not necessary in Florida. FS 322.15. Jesse. Don't be dumb, Jesse. Where were we? More often than not, take it way too far just as you did. I didn't take it anywhere. I handed him all the document. I rolled down the window, which I wasn't required to do. I physically handed him everything he needed to perform his waitress duties, and he didn't do them. Instead, he was trying to make unlawful orders at me. You're stupid, Jesse. I'm sorry to tell you. There was no reason to have an attitude and make it worse on you. I'm the one with the attitude. Who's the guy who doesn't know FS 322.15? Who's the guy who doesn't know what an intersection is? Who's the guy that is lying about the speed? By the way, I went to the police station and I was the only person of the thousands of people that go up and down that road that day that he pulled over. What a coincidence. The officer was unclear about the intersection as he said there was a driveway you could have pulled into. Yeah, driveway, intersection, two different words, two different definitions, like sovereign and sovereign citizen. Sovereign citizen is a buzzword created by the Southern Poverty Law Center. They're talking about people who don't want to have a birth certificate or social security cards or driver's licenses. They're talking about people who want to be free from the government, which used to be called Americans and founders and blah, blah, blah. Now you're looked down upon if you don't want to be a slave to the state. I would love to be free to travel around the country as a free American in my private vehicle, but again, under threat of violence from gunmen in costumes, that you have to go get your slave card, get your papers, just like Nazi Germany. If you don't have papers, you can't pass. And we have the right to use violence against you. Right, Caps for Cops? He's like, oh yeah, I believe in freedom and all that, but I have the transportation code manual in my closet. You want me to go grab it? All right, driveway. I wonder, I would have driven to the next stop sign light or main intersection. Something tells me, though, that you traveled, as you put it, sovereign citizen lingo. No, that's Webster's Dictionary lingo, dummy. I was traveling. That's called Webster's Dictionary. Which, does Southern Poverty Law Center put out their own dictionary? Or are you strictly going from Wikipedia? When you're in a private vehicle, sir, you're traveling. When you're a driver is an occupation. What do you do for a living? I'm a driver. Ooh. Here's Jesse. Ooh, we're all drivers, dude. Traveled into Pasco on purpose. No, I wish I was geographically adequate enough to know which county I'm in. I can't even make it home without GPS. So there's another failed speculation. Let's see. On purpose made it a point to mention that he pulled you out of his jurisdiction. No, he made it a point to tell me that I went into Pasco. I didn't even realize it. Do not Pasco. Pasco County. Do not Pasco. Got it? Seeing as how he initiated the traffic stop in his jurisdiction, technically he could have charged you with running. How am I running when I did exactly what he told me to do? God, Jesse, you're just reaching now, bro. Although I'm sure, as you point out, that charge most likely would have not stuck. With the way you conduct business when being pulled over, sir, this is not business. Business isn't between two voluntary people. I wasn't conducting business. I was there under threat and duress. The guy had a gun. If I would have tried to be a free person and a free American, he would have initiated and escalated violence against me. It's not business. Business means two voluntary people. When one is volunteering and the other one is there under threat of violence, and you're not wearing a costume, that's called false imprisonment. Hello, Jesse? I know you live in a different world, blue line world. You're on the wrong side, dude. Matter of time. Let's see here. It's just a matter of time before something more negative than what this video depicts happens to you. So you're admitting that even though I follow the law and am well within my rights, that the police will eventually get violent with me and violate my rights and their oaths to the Constitution. So in your own words, you're saying that if I keep doing what I'm doing, obeying the law and following the law to the letter, because police don't like it, they're going to get violent with me. I got it. I see what you're saying now, Jesse. You're admitting that cops are violent. You're driving around ready and arguably looking for a verbal fight with law enforcement. No, stupid. I'm working. You understand that? I'm working. I was driving to go pick up coins to make rings because I had orders. You get it? Man, Jesse, what's wrong with you, bro? You really that brainwashed? So, man, mouth is drying out. Open, everything I said will be open. Let's see here. Looking for a verbal fight with law enforcement. No, I don't like my freedom impeded, Jesse. I really don't. That's why I get pissed in the first place. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm not being dangerous. I've been 20 years, no accidents, no problems in the car. I got like 2 points maybe on my license after this. You're full of dung. And I'm not talking about the Asian name for young men. After everything I've said, I would be open to having a conversation with you, giving you the opportunity to defend yourself or disagree, which I'm sure you will. The only problem is it's a damn near impossible to have a productive conversation with someone who has an attitude you do. Jesse, I'll tell you, like I tell everyone, we can debate on the record. So, whenever you're ready to debate on the record, use your real name. We'll get on the phone. I'll record the call. We can publish it, and we can debate on the record. And we'll talk about reality versus your perception of reality. I won't call you any names. The only person who actually had the balls to debate me is because he didn't realize who I was, and when he did, he started name calling and acting stupid. And I was the one who was way beyond cordial because it's called a voluntary thing. What police do and how they act is not voluntary. Since I'm sure you're going to say you don't have an attitude and you were exercising your legal rights, I was, and I did have an attitude, which you did, by the way. There really wasn't a need to start cursing at the officer, start name calling. There wasn't a need for it. Okay, so if a burglar or a burglar comes in my house, points a gun at me, or says, give me your money, or I'm going to escalate violence against you, what I'm going to do is pull out my gun and shoot him, or my shotgun. When a cop does that to me, the same action in my vehicle, I can't do that because some reason they're sovereign from the rest of us. And when they commit armed robbery on the side of the road, they give it a different name, but it's still in reality a rose by any other name. It's still a rose. Start curse. So the only thing I have is my freedom of speech. So I started cussing at them, dude. They stole my money. Theft is wrong. It doesn't matter if you have a costume on. Theft is theft. If you're falling for the safety crap and you're going to say all this bootlicker propaganda, don't bother, dude. But if you want to debate for real, reality versus your blue line glass wearing perception, we can do that. You let me know when you're ready. By the way, unless your camera has GPS that will give your speed, it will be inadmissible in evidence as court of law. That's not true either because scientifically you can prove how fast you're going. Blah, 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 blah. Unfortunately, my dash cam didn't work. And I tried to go to 2 dealerships. And I got to finish that video too. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. Peace and tranquility.